Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. The left foot of Italian-born kicker Giorgio Tavecchio ready to get us started. And off we go on EA Sports. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Down. 8, read.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
90, Wolf. 80 weapons.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check 52.
On the ground, it's Eckler. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the double.
Off play action. Costello. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Let's go.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Running on first down, Eckler. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Falcons grab it. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Check 3, check 3.
Alert, 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 alert.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go.
It's Hill, complete. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 81 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. These two teams all tied after 1. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's got his man on the out route. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. The lefty to Vecchio now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Vecchio. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's got Rome. And he loses the football a second time. And the Falcons grab it. And that one quickly went from a big play for the offense, I thought may go the distance, to a big play for the defense.
And how about the emotions for the defense on that play? It broke big. It was going to be an absolute disaster for them. And it turns out they end up with the football. I don't know that they're exactly celebrating. Definitely plenty of relief, though.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point up and good by Vecchio. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Vecchio. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now Eckler. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
58, here we go, here we go, here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And they pitch it to Eckler. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Austin Eckler, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. They were able to push him backwards on 1st down, but this time he forces his way in.
I wonder if he went back to the huddle and said, guys, just a little bit more help, and I can get it done on this one. Maybe even overruled the play call from the sideline, just feeling like he had that opportunity, and he wanted to cash it in.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here's Trubisky into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
This is a counter play. Eckler, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. They'll run here with Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting in a field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Now it's Trubisky. Gets it off to Freeman. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up and to great success.
Looking downfield for Jones. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
Here we go, set. 15 line. 15 line.
On first down, Costello. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A first down carry for Smith. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Stop! 180! Right there, 56.
Second and 5 now. Trubisky over the middle, complete. That's Benson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kendall Beckwith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Trubisky to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection. Ryan to Jones there. Now Trubisky to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
61, matchbox lights.
Here is Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, let's go.
X3, 218, chop. Ready?
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Costello. He'll get this to Eckler. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a 3rd down.
He steps out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Costello on the screen. This is Eckler. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 46 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Trubisky will throw. This complete to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
And the Saints, first down.
Ready, set.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hey, watch it.
Go.
Motion. Reset. Right there.
5.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Ready, break.
Mike 54. Squeeze, double.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far, they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. It's Eckler again, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Got a quick flash about being in their huddle. Whatever the play call was, it was tagged with these words: make sure you stay in the middle of the field. That's where we want to be.
And he did just that. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Check three.
Topper.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. 3 for 3 so far, and a fourth would win it. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it.